Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Discipline Therapy Podcast with your two hosts, Suhey Sotomayor, and with me always.
Discipline in the building, ladies and gentlemen. The most unheralded, the disruptor of the status quo, the man who is breaking barriers, gift of gab and gift of jab, the author of not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but 7 books in 2.5 years.
You skipped number 6, though.
6. In 2.5 years, or 2.5 years, if people want to be technical. The one and only EL Discipline in the building, the beast incarnate, chocolate in human form. Here we go.
I mean, I could have said that too. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 22, Alpha versus Dominant.
All right. Get my hat here.
I'm going to do something too. I'm going to take off my glasses.
Get my hat here so people can remember who I am.
So they can remember who dominates the show?
No. You can remember who
You
I
said
am.
no.
All right.
I think they remember who you are.
All right. So, what is it? Episode 22?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so episode 22, what is it?
Alpha versus Dominant.
Okay, I can't wait to get into this episode. I have a lot to say. So, all right. So, where do you want to start first?
I want to start with, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to do it?
Wow, I tried and I totally blanked. I was like, something comes after that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we know that you are fiends, and what that means is that kind of rhyme. Ladies and gentlemen, we know you are fiends, and what that means is we have a dose of discipline therapy where everything is completely free. See, if you subscribe, there's no monthly fee. It's judgment free, sucker free, censor free, sensitive free, and plenty of liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, but make sure the kids are in bed. This is that soul food conversations. Prepare your mind to be fed. Light one up, inhale life, and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast. We're here.
Wait, but where are we? We're in our new home.
Oh, yeah.
This is the first time that you guys are seeing our new home. Legendary Studios. You know why? Because we're gonna be legendary.
I mean, this is already like a new season, so we're always doing different things, switching things up. So I like that.
I love it. We could bring different people, artists, if you guys want to, come and showcase your talents.
Yeah, our emails are in the description. DM us.
For those who know us, text us.
Comment, subscribe, share. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to do. If you have any disputes,
Don't
if you want to
contact us.
debate, if you want to be part of the show, you want to call in, whatever capacity. Yeah, so I can't wait for us to get into this topic today, because the topic today is you said it earlier, right?
Alpha versus Dominant.
Alpha versus Dominant. Yes. Episode 22.
So wait, yep. You're an alpha dominant.
No, I'm gonna ask you questions today.
What?
Okay. So, what do you familiarize with?
What do I think I am?
Yeah. Do you familiarize with alpha and dominant? Or do you familiarize with dominant? Do you familiarize with or resonate with alpha?
Well, let me say this. So before we get into what the
differentiating,
I've always considered myself alpha and dominant.
Why?
When I need to be. Does that make sense?
Why?
Can somebody be like that? Can somebody be like that? Why do I consider myself like that? Well, I consider myself alpha because I it's more like I don't take any kind of crap, but in a nice way. I don't know how to explain it. Look, I'm turning colors. I can feel myself turning.
So you're alpha in all capacities? relationship. You're alpha
No,
at
I'm
your
not.
job.
I'm
You're
not. I'm
alpha.
alpha at my job to what I have to do. So, with that said, I do my job. I like to do my job well. In those kind of
Environments.
situations, you know what I mean? When family, have a discussion or whatever, they come to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like my cousins, older cousins, my aunts come to me.
Mm-hmm.
My parents come to me to
Mm-hmm.
to help them with whatever problems they're looking for,
Going through.
going through. The same thing with
So people come to you for
friends,
advice.
for
Okay.
advice, or just to vent, just to be that ear that they need. Um, and dominant, I think I'm dominant, but not again, not in all aspects either.
Depends on the
Depends
circumstance
on
or
other circumstances. I don't start out alpha or dominant in a relationship,
mm-hmm.
but if I feel like the situation requires for me to step up and be that way in that specific time, then I will.
Okay. Okay. So people out there who are unaware, we're gonna differentiate.
Oh, good, because
So do you want to differentiate? Do you know the difference between the two? Or
I was looking up because I know we're very pro. If you don't know something, you should look it up.
research?
Research, right?
Mm,
So I did research, and what I found was that a person can be an alpha and have
dominant
dominance as a
traits?
trait. Right?
Mm,
It's part of being an alpha, being dominant.
mhm,
But there's also different um, types of dominance.
mhm.
But since you seem to be
The expert?
alpha and dominant, I'm gonna defer to you because I don't think my answer was good.
No, I think your
Cut
answer
that.
was good.
Cut
I
that.
think your answer was good. No, I'm not cutting it out. I think your answer was good. I'm gonna differentiate between the two. So alpha is not just well, I'm gonna get into like the mindset and the energy and things like that. But let's just talk about the basic. Let's talk about attributes
Okay.
and physical features and stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, let's say a woman is she she's okay. So both her parents are alpha in all capacities. But let's take physically. So let's say both her parents have strong genes. She might she might be raised, she might be born to be like 6 foot tall, to have cheekbones, her
The high
jawline,
cheekbones. Mm-hmm.
her dark brown or black eye color. Because those are dominant features, dominant
Mm-hmm.
traits. Black hair, um full lips, you hear
Mm.
me? A big butt. You know what I mean? Arms. Like she just those are things she can't help. So she's alpha by like default.
Is being hairy?
Yeah, that
Mm.
might be that could be in included in that as
Yeah,
well.
that's what I read too.
Those are things that you cannot help. You probably were bigger than most kids and they probably
Mm.
made fun of you for it or whatever, but you were just physically alpha, beyond your peers,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's like the physical part about an alpha. That those are things that is just genetic. You know what I mean? Like they just can't help. You know, she might have big feet. She might have big hands. A guy might have a big dick. Those are things you cannot help.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So those are alpha attributes, physical features. Now, being that these things are physical, you might have a guy who's 6'8", 7 foot tall, 280 pounds. That's something he can't help.
Mm-hmm.
The physical aspect, he can't help.
Right.
Now, his mindset could still be beta.
Oh yes.
You know what I'm saying? His energy could still be beta male. You know what I'm saying? So, um, it's like even though he or she is physically alpha, and I have a few female celebrities or whatever in my head, but I don't want to mention them. Just use your imagination. I don't want to mention anybody. You know what I'm saying? But these women that are physically
Superior.
alpha,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, physically superior, genetically, inclined to be
Mhm.
physically superior, right? They're in order for them to have like like mates and love and adequate love and a man for them to be able to handle them, they date beasts. I promise you.
Mm.
I promise
Okay.
you on this. They date beasts. And when I say that, like I mean like men who are, might be the same height as them, men who have muscles, men who are dominant and alpha. They
Mm.
date beasts because the men who are lesser than they are, they're just gonna run them. They might physically overpower the guy. They
Yeah.
might psychologically dominate him, emotionally dominate him. You know what I mean? So she's dominating him in all ways, and like I said, we talked about this in previous episodes about a woman that gets with a guy like that. She might get with a guy like that to stroke her ego, but it's not something that's gonna last forever. Or she might just
Mm.
have the alpha male or dominant man on the side. You know what I mean? So she has two men.
Mm.
Now, that's those are some examples. We're gonna get more into depth. I just want to get into the dominant.
Okay.
Now, the dominant part, you don't have to have those physical features. That's where the plot what do they call
Thickens.
thickens. There you go. Thank you.
Mm.
That's where the plot thickens because you could have a guy who is like, he's like 5'11". He's he's he may not have big hands or whatever, big feet. You mean like I wear size 11 and a half,
Mhm.
12. You know what I'm saying? He may not be that way, but he has those leadership skills.
Mhm.
He may not be genetically superior, or he may not be genetically gifted, but he has those
Those
decision maker
qualities,
skills.
right?
He has those, I control my life,
Like
and I
business
wear
stuff.
the
Mhm.
pants in my relationship situation. It could be any type of race. I don't want to put a race out there, but it could be
Mhm.
any type of race. He could be skinny, like scrawny, but he could have a great boss mindset. He
Mhm.
can run the relationship he could run his relationship.
That's what I was gonna say. It has to do with mindset, right?
Yeah, his energy is potent. He
Mhm.
has ambition. He's a decisive person. He's assertive. He could run a
He's not
boardroom.
shy,
Yeah, he could run a
outspoken.
boardroom.
Mhm.
This is dominant. This is dominant because dominant is synonymous to control, but it's not being controlling. It's about having control in
Okay.
all aspects, your relationship, people around you. Like if you're a dominant person, you could walk into a group, like a group full of like girls. It could be like a bar or something, and you walk in front of the girls. You're not timid or whatever it is. You're not domineering of the conversation, but you engage in conversation and you're charismatic. Everybody's feeling you. They might be laughing at your jokes.
Mhm.
You might not think you're funny, but they're feeling you. They're responsive towards you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's part of being dominant. Because not
Yes.
all alpha males can do that. You know, and
Correct.
alpha males, there's myths and misconceptions to alpha males. They're like, most people think they're like jerks, they're jocks, they're
So an
egomaniacs, they're narcissists.
alphas, whether male or female, are just because of their physical, what they are born
No, no,
with.
no, that's one
Oh, one
thing,
okay,
attributes.
of okay.
Yeah,
But a dominant
but
doesn't have to
no,
have
no,
that.
because an alpha and a dominant is okay. So when you're an alpha, you have the bonus of being physically or genetically
Got you.
superior, or
Mhm.
having those superior genetics. That's a bonus. But okay, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. um I used to watch when I was little, Saved by the Bell, and I used to watch
Yes.
it's Family Matters, Steve
Mhm.
Urkel.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna differentiate Zach and Slater. Do you know who they are?
Yes.
Fictional characters. Okay,
Mhm.
Zach is an alpha, but he's not muscular like
Like
Slater.
Slater, yeah.
But he's an alpha. Like if you watched Say by the Bell like me, they were
Yes.
always competing, but Zach always had the upper hand because he could play human chess.
Mhm.
So Zach was always alpha because he was always that player type. He could smooth talk. He could talk to
Mhm.
women. He was that seducer. Women would just gravitate towards him. The thing that Slater lacked was that
Yes.
Slater wasn't suave.
No. He was
You
a
know what I mean?
simp.
But kind of.
Yeah, he
He
was.
was captain of the wrestling football team.
Yes.
He got the chicks with the muscles,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't know how to really speak to women. It's like Zach was always just like,
He was a
damn
ladies'
girl,
man.
he would meet a woman. You've been running through my mind all day. Like he was just that charmer.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that puts him in the alpha category because mentally he's alpha. He's not blessed with those physical attributes,
Like Slater.
but like Slater, but he's still alpha
Got you. That
because
makes
his
sense.
emotions is alpha
Mm-hmm.
and his psychological is alpha.
And the way he handles himself.
He actually he actually goes harder for those things because of what he lacks, and what he lacks is muscles, what he lacks is a great body, what he lacks is the strength.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he makes up for that with the smooth talking, with
Mm-hmm.
the, you know,
The way
being
he flirts.
charismatic,
Mm-hmm.
being decisive maker. Like he was a hustler, he was always trying to do something. Like he was always in detention, he was always trying to
Yeah,
do
he was.
something to oh, this is gonna make me money, this
To
is
get
this
over.
that.
Right. Not to get over,
Yeah,
but to, yeah.
yeah, Slater couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's like these both guys are alpha. It's just they're alpha in different capacities.
Mm-hmm. Got
You
you.
know what I'm saying? You like a alpha is the first thing that I mentioned. Genetically superior. Um, he or she could also play human chess. They're emotionally or psychologically dominant.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So Zach, even though he was alpha, he wasn't dominant. Neither was Slater. Because guess what? I'm gonna bring it in. Kelly Kapowski. That was their weak. That was both of their weaknesses.
Oh, wait.
Zach,
Both of them wanted Kelly?
yeah, Zach. I don't remember this
I don't
rigorously,
know either. Uh-huh.
but Zach was like always trying to
Impress her.
not just that, he was always trying to ask her out, but he just couldn't find the strength to do it. So he's always trying to like do certain tricks or whatever to get her. He's not dominant because whenever it came, whatever Kelly wanted him to be, he was willing to be that. And that's the difference.
But eventually he did get her.
He did, but he was still not dominant.
Got you.
I put him in that alpha category.
But not dominant. Okay, so who's dominant in one of these examples?
Okay, so Slater was dominant and alpha in sports.
Got
But
you.
in women, he wasn't dominant. So you can't consider Slater a dominant person. But when he got with a woman, he was on that 50-50 stuff. He was on that I'll be whatever you want. Kind of like what Zach was doing.
So a guy who's on the 50-50 stuff is automatically not considered an alpha? I mean, a
No,
dominant?
dominant, yeah.
Just because he wants to
Yes.
be okay.
I'm gonna elaborate. Now, Screech. Now, Steve, right?
Steve Urkel.
Steve Urkel. I consider Steve Urkel, fictional characters, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about. I consider Steve Urkel an alpha. An alpha because he was psychologically dominant.
Okay.
He was scrawny, so he wasn't blessed with the physical part, the physical attributes, but he was psychologically dominant. He was
So
pretty
he's
much
not
a
an alpha.
scientist.
He just
He was pretty
was.
much a scientist. Like he was always coming up. He had a transformation chamber where he would turn into Stefan. Stefan is the alpha dominant.
That's how he made him because
Yeah.
he was suave.
Stefan
was
had the deep
tall,
voice.
He was
Stefan's
attractive.
posture was different. Stefan had the smooth character. So Stefan was alpha and dominant. Steve was just alpha, but psychologically. He wasn't able to, like, if he would never be able to protect Laura. You know what I mean? In all
Yeah.
capacities. Emotionally too, he wasn't alpha. He wasn't dominant. But when he turned into Stefan, you know what I mean? He was that alpha dominant.
Yeah. That is a really good example.
Yeah, just to give people out there, to
Right.
differentiate, just to make them understand. So
are you Steve and Stefan?
Yes. Steve, Stefan, Zach, Morris, and AC Slater.
You're everybody.
So here's the thing, right? I love this.
This is bad.
This
This
is
is
me
bad
rubbing
when
my
you do
hands,
this.
ladies
This
and
is
gentlemen.
terrible.
Listen, it sucks for the people who really don't go to our YouTube channel because they can't see where we are.
Yeah,
They
too
can't see how we're
bad.
interacting. But maybe they'll go. You know what I'm saying? But we know a lot of the attorneys, the nurses, they don't really have time. They're on the
Yeah.
go while they listen to us. So we
Shout out to the
understand.
nurses, man.
Shout out to them. But I love this part because I'm gonna get into depth of everything, the nook and cranny. Okay, men, you can't be alpha because I always like to get into the education before I talk into what I'm going to talk about.
Mhm.
Okay. So men, you can't be alpha or dominant if you have no standards or seek any type of woman.
Or seek just any type. They have to
Yes.
have like
So
a
that means the moment that a woman is giving you any attention, like you don't have any standards, like you are that guy that's like pussy has no face. You are that guy that's like
they
you
fuck a hole
just
in the
give
wall.
any girl that gives you attention, you just ready to just, you know what I mean, be receptive of that, be responsive of
Mm.
that. These men are beta males. They could be 6'8", 280 pounds. They are beta.
6 foot
They are alpha by like
because
default.
of height and
Height
stuff.
and weight and strength. They are alpha because of those physical attributes, but they are beta energy. They are beta psychologically. They have beta vibrations.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're an alpha, you're desirable. It's just hands down. Women love desirable men. Men who are desired have options and they have women. It's like the alpha lion. Like the lioness gravitate towards him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's what it is because science says that women are designed to be attracted to the stronger genes
To the
subconsciously.
superior, right.
You know what I mean? Subconsciously, like they don't know why, but they're attracted to these alpha males. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in high school, I had girls who were trying to carry my books, and I never understood why. Before class, we used to hang out. We used to hang out in the like outside at a hallway or whatever before class. Like I've always had girls around me. I always
Mm.
had dudes around me. Even when I was a freshman, I had the seniors like giving me that and respect.
Mm.
You know what I mean? They had freshman Fridays and I never had freshman Fridays because I like this is what happened. I'm gonna take you on a journey. Okay.
Oh, journey.
So what happened is when I was like in middle school and whatever, right? Girls and guys, they used to make fun of me because I was Haitian and Dominican. They used to call me, oh, Haitian booty scratcher, you guys eat cats. They used to make fun of me. There was this one girl, she was Puerto Rican. And once I got out of like middle school, I got into like high school, I was like 14. She was like 17, 18. She was Puerto Rican. So she was like a junior, about to be
Senior.
a senior. So she came up to me and she was showing me love. She was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Like I'm Puerto Rican." She was light skinned. She's like, "Oh, they'll make fun of me too. Well, what's your name?" Introduce herself, right? So now we started hanging out. Everything. People started seeing us together, walking down the hall and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And I was also in sports. So
Oh.
when senior guys saw that like a beautiful chick who was, yo, why she with that freshman? What's
Mm.
about him?
Mhm.
Now I understand it.
Yeah.
But when I'm 14, I'm 30, 34 now. But now when I'm 14, I'm like, you know, I don't understand. But
Mhm.
now I understand what it is. This
Mhm.
is what's going through their mind, even though they're not articulating this.
Yeah, what does he got that she's hanging out with him?
Yeah. So that
Mhm.
got me envied and respected from the guys and the other women. And this is what got me respected from the jocks when I played sports. Because when I played sports, I was a scrawny guy. I was a scrawny guy. I was like 125, but I was strong.
Mm.
And when we had football practice, we had to go head to head or whatever. And I knocked this one dude on his ass. And I was in junior varsity and he was in varsity. And I knocked him. Varsity's the
Right, the
upper
one at the
level.
top.
When I
I
knocked
got
him
it.
on his ass, I got respect.
Oh, wow.
I got respect from those guys that was there. Also, when I was in the weight room, I was 125 pounds. I was benching 135, and 135, just to break down the math, it's the bar weighs 45 pounds, and there's 45 plates. So
Mhm.
the bar itself is 45 pounds. You grab 45 and 45 plates on each side, that's 135. So 45 times 3 is 135. So I was benching that. Like I did it like 4 or 5 times. I never forget. And these dudes, these jocks were in the weight room with me.
Mhm.
Yo, man, how old are you? Yo, what are you? Like, are you a senior? They're getting information
Right.
now. This is building respect.
Mm.
So me, I always, even though I didn't resonate with the word, I didn't know what the word meant, I always felt like I was alpha. Even when I was quiet and shit like that, and I was whatever, like the teacher would call my name, I'm correcting her. Edison? No, Edson. Edson. No I.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
son in Spanish and French and Creole. It's son. Edson. There's no I. I would be correcting the substitute teachers. People would be looking at me like, what's his problem?
No, I hate that
You know what I'm
too.
saying? But I also had a deep voice. I had a deep voice at 11 years
That's
old.
very
And
alpha.
here's the thing. People made me self-conscious about it.
That's terrible.
I would sit like in the mid row, right? They would call my name. I would say here. People would look at me like,
Your voice was already like this though?
yeah,
Like deep like this already?
yeah. People would look at me like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm getting these looks. Now I'm feeling self-conscious. Now I don't like to talk.
That's awful.
So what happened is
I bet that changed real quick.
Well, it changed because of women.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Women were like, I was like, oh, I hate my name. Oh, I love your name. I hate my voice. Your voice is so sexy on the phone. My hands are so big. Oh, they're perfect. I got big feet. Perfect. The things that women ran for when I was in middle school and early high school, now they love.
Especially the voice.
So like, I consider myself always been an alpha. I just never knew what the term was. I always was the dominant before I knew what dominant was, before I knew of the term.
Oh, let me ask you something.
So we're going to get into this.
Yes, but let me ask you something, because doing my research, I found I wanted to know what you thought about this statement. They said, when we impose just two categories of males on the world, we unnecessarily mislead young men into acting in certain predefined ways that aren't actually conducive to attracting and sustaining healthy and enjoyable relationships with women or finding success in other areas of life. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree.
Because if you're
But
just telling
here's
from
the thing.
little, and
Here's
I
the thing.
understand why some
Here's the
people
thing.
would do that.
Yes. Here's the thing though. What I'm going to tell people is when I was the way I was little and I didn't like the things I was, that like now that I'm older, I like the way I am. I accepted the things I'm doing, my character in all capacities, and it made me love myself, and it now makes other people love me. And I feel like people out there, even though like I'll always categorize, man, you're either beta or alpha. If you're beta, then I'm the type of person, if you coming into my circle, I'm gonna push that out of you. Like my grandmother did this to me, and they like people who are fans. They keep I know his grandmother. I feel like I've lived with her because I talk about her all the time.
All the time, yeah.
So my
But it should
grandmother,
be. She made you the man that you are.
pushed this out of me that was already repressed. Now, for men who are beta, they're timid, they're this, that. All I'm saying is work with what you could work with, except like okay, for 50 women that don't like who you are, 100 will. That's the way I look at it. So if you're like a shy person, that shit might work in your favor, because you might have a girl who's like, oh, he's so adorable that he's so shy. You know what I'm saying? And she might be dominant. And you might be fine with that because you're not a decision maker as a guy. So you get with a woman I'm not saying that, that relationship could work, but she might have somebody on the side who's telling her the total opposite. And she's doing it. I'm not saying she will leave you, because you're giving her everything she wants. But I'm just saying, for those guys out there, like it's for me, right? I have a lot of guys who text me and they ask me for advice. I'm not gonna drop any names, but me, I tell them how to be because of how I am, not based off knowing how they are. So when I find out how they are, I'm like, okay, now I adjust, and I'm like, okay, you could bring what you are and put what I am in a spin on it and see if that will work. Because a lot of times, if I tell a man, yo, put your foot down, don't let her run you like that, that shit might not work for him. He might get slapped.
No, you're right.
He
He
might,
might not even know how to do it.
yeah, he might get slapped by a girl. Literally. You
No.
physically get slapped, not just verbally getting slapped. He might get slapped. So I'm setting him up for failure if I'm not really guiding him slowly into what he needs to be. So
Yeah. No, well, in regards to that, when I was doing my research, right?
yeah.
It said that some of the traits that are not desired by women is submissive. A man that's submissive is not
Mm,
desired
mm,
in a mate. A shy guy is not
mm,
desired in a mate.
mm.
I don't know. We'll get to it
Think,
because I put it in the bullets
yo,
too.
look at it like this. Let me cut you off. Look at it like this.
Most women, it said
Yeah,
most,
look at it
not
like
all.
this. We go back to the Family Matters thing. Steve Urkel. Steve Urkel was chasing someone that like really loved who he was, but not love his style. Because Stefan and Steve were the same person. They just changed clothing. He took off the glasses and all that.
I
Right?
mean,
His
yeah, but it's a
style,
little bit more.
no, his style changed. Listen, if you
But
would
at the end,
let
she
me tell you the
didn't
difference. Let me
go.
tell you the difference. Let's say Steve got a little dick.
Oh my lord,
Let's say Steve has a little dick.
I don't want to think about Steve.
You can't change you can't change that. You can't change that by changing it to Stefan. She loves Steve. The
Then why didn't
reality,
she get with him?
because she saw, why didn't she get with him?
Like when he was chasing her as Steve. She only
Because
got
it
with him
was
as
the
Stefan.
exterior. It was the fact that he was clumsy. It was the fact that he was nerdy. Yo, the time that, and I remember this recently because I still watch Family Matters. He spilled a drink on her like it was milkshake. He covered her in milkshake. They went to the house. She was like, yo, I just wish you would change. Stay with me. I just wish you would change. He created the transformation chamber. He changed into
Uh-huh.
Stefan. Every girl, he went to the party. Every girl, oh my God, Stefan can have a dance. No, chill, baby. I'll save it later. I want to save a dance for somebody. He walks up to Laura, dances with her. She didn't like Stefan because Stefan was like this narcissist. She was like, yo, I
I
miss
was about to say
Steve.
that.
I miss Steve because Steve cared. It's like you
That's
have no
another thing I put in
feelings.
there.
It's like you have no feelings. So in a way, she wanted to have that suave and that guy that had options and was had those women gravitate towards him. She wanted that, but she wanted him. You beggars can't be choosers. That's what she wanted. She wanted that. I was gonna say nice asshole, but no. She wanted that player, but to
The
be only
gentleman.
good to her
Yeah.
and to also have
The
feelings.
bad boy that's only good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she
That's
wanted.
what all women want.
You know what I'm saying? Beggars can't be choosers.
No,
So the
you're right.
reality is and I studied this rigorously. She ended up like liking Steve a little bit when Steve had Myra. And you may not know who these fictional characters I'm
I
throwing in.
do.
Okay. So Myra liked Steve for his mind. Myra was bad.
Yeah, Myra was way prettier
She was
than Laura, in
Myra
my
was bad.
opinion.
Myra was
Yeah.
bad. But the thing is, she liked Steve for actually who he was. His brain. She was a
Yes.
sapiosexual.
Yeah, big time.
His brain turned him on. She didn't look at the exterior. She looked at
Mhm.
the, yo, this guy has potential. This
Yeah.
guy has potential to like be this like to be a millionaire if he wanted, to be a scientist.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? She loved Steve and she was with Steve for who he was. Laura didn't love Steve for who he was. She started liking Steve a little bit when Steve had somebody else. And
Yeah.
this goes back to options. When women know that you don't have options, they're not gonna fuck with you. That's the irony. Women will say, "Oh, I don't like the player and I don't like the bad boy," and stuff like that. But if he's a Steve Urkel, you're not dating a Steve Urkel. That's a fact.
That
That's a
is a
fact.
fact.
You're not
That's
dating a
true.
Steve Urkel because Steve Urkel is got his suspenders all the way up here. He talks like this. He's clumsy. He can't protect you. He's scrawny. He don't have suave. But the moment you meet that player type, that's that seducer, and those seducers, those players, they're alpha. They're
They're
not
alpha, they're not
dominant.
dominant.
They're not
Yes.
dominant, but they're alpha. They
Those
are.
are the bad boys. The players, the pretty boys.
Mm, you're entitled to your own opinion. They could go back to season 1, episode 5,
Yes.
Good Girls, Bad Boys, what I think of what my
Of
perspective
what
of
alpha
what a
is.
bad boy is.
Oh yeah.
But they consider them alpha males in all capacities. Everything in the female psyche becomes aroused
Mhm.
because of those pheromones. Their pheromones. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That women feel aura more than men feel aura. Women are likely to be more empaths than men are. They could feel energy. They're like wolves. They're like wolves. You know, they could sense dominance and alpha from a distance. You know what I'm saying? If you walk into a room, women could be talking, they shut the fuck up now. Who is that that
Or
walked in?
they
It's
forget
like a
their train of
it's like
thought.
a it's like a different aroma.
Mhm.
It's like, he smells so good. He like what who is that? Why does he look so good? He's just wearing regular clothes. He's not wearing expensive clothes. Why does he look so good? Women don't understand it, but that's what's going on with their DNA.
Mm.
Their DNA is like, their soul is like, come on, bitch. And their body's just like not moving, but their soul is like, come on.
Mm.
That's what's going on with women. They are designed to be attracted to these men. This is the irony with women like, oh, I don't like the player and I don't like this. Why you gotta talk to multiple women? The irony is they gravitate toward those men more than they gravitate towards the Steve Urkel.
Mm.
Steve Urkel didn't have women.
What it says? What's dominant, not alpha, because a man can still be alpha but lack dominance, or it's not dominant. What does that mean?
Dominant, are we skipping?
No, I asked that part already.
Are we skipping?
I'm on. No, that's the next
What's
one.
dominant, not alpha, because a man can okay, so this is what it is. What's dominant but
And not
not
alpha.
alpha?
Okay.
That's what it is. What's dominant but not alpha, because a man can still be alpha but lack dominance and is not dominant. And I'm gonna reiterate.
Okay.
What's dominant is putting work and money before pussy or women. That's
Okay.
what's dominant. Now remember, the physical alpha could still be that, that guy who's 6'8", 7 foot, whatever, 280, 300 pounds, right?
Mhm.
But he's not dominant. That means that I say he's not dominant because he's not dominant in all capacities. So the moment a woman he sees a woman,
So
that's
his
his
interest in
weakness.
him. Oh, okay.
That's his weakness. So this means that you don't whip pussy or run pussy. Pussy runs you. You know what I'm saying? It could be your wife, your woman, your lady, or whatever. Like for me, for example, right? And I'm gonna get into this. When I was younger, I was managing retail. Let's talk about when I finished college and then I became a manager in retail. I had
Okay.
a chick, and we were messing around, and she just got off her period. Usually, when women get off their periods, they're raging devils. They're horny.
Mm.
I mean, so they want to get it in. I'm still working. She's, oh, I'm horny. This is that. This is dominant. Listen, and this is a fact. This is a true story. This is what happened. I said, I'm not about to leave my shift. I got 4 more hours left. When I'm done, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna eat something. Then you can come over, or I'm gonna come see you. That's dominant. Now,
That's
a man,
fair.
a man who's alpha but not dominant, he's gonna be like, damn, you horny right now? All right, I'm about to check out. Now he's
Yeah,
gonna
that's true.
lose money.
Yes.
He's gonna lose money and probably risk his job for that pussy.
Mm. That
Men
makes
who are
sense.
dominant are not doing that.
Mm. No,
It's
gotta
like if
secure
if
that
if I
bag.
it's like if I had a let's say there's a hypothetical scenario. If I had an interview to do, if I had a pod, okay, let me talk about facts. I have a woman in LA.
Mm-hmm.
She's out here visiting,
Mm-hmm.
right? This happened in the past. She's out here visiting in New York and she wanted to meet up for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, okay, I'm finally out here, whatever. Let's go grab something or whatever, hang out, whatever you want to do. She said to me. I said to her, listen, that's great. We're gonna do that. However, this weekend is booked. Saturday, I'm going to the studio to podcast. Sunday is football. Monday, after this time, I'm available. What's good?
Oh,
And she's like, oh, okay. Monday's fine. You see that? That's dominant. Because the
yes.
thing is, I didn't. This is what's beta. This is what's an alpha male who could be alpha, who thinks mentally abundance mindset, not a scarcity mindset. He has an abundance mindset, but when it comes to women, he has a scarcity mindset, and jobs or whatever. This is him being beta. She's like, "Oh, I'm here for the weekend or whatever." He has things to do, made plans with friends or whatever, and he's like, "Damn, man. All right, no problem. Let's do it." Now he calls his friends or whatever it is, interview, job opportunity, whatever. "Oh, I gotta set up for another day."
Can I interject?
Yeah.
But if somebody's coming out of town though, you wouldn't give them like that pass? You know, like they're coming from a whole different
Mm-mm.
not
Mm-mm.
continent, you know
Nope.
what I'm trying to
Nope.
say?
You find out how long they're gonna be here for, and then you plan accordingly that way. You don't stop your plans. Let me tell you something. Women don't respect men who are available all the time.
No, no,
You
not all
either
the
with
time, but that's a different
you either
thing.
with a hustler or you with a lazy somebody who's not ambitious or broke dude.
I could
That's what it is.
understand, if y'all okay, you're in Long Island and she's in Manhattan. You're in Long Island and she's in Jersey. But LA, that's so far to not see somebody. That's all I'm saying.
No,
You know, that's just my
no,
opinion.
no. I'm telling you, the way you put your foot down that way,
Coño.
the way you put your foot down
Choco.
that way, you test, not test, but you are witnessing how the entire potential relationship could be.
Mm.
If
I mean, I
you
guess you obviously
if
talked about it before she came. It wasn't a surprise.
if you are not, listen, if you are not putting your foot down like, "Oh, I'm scheduled, I'm this, I'm busy, I'm this and that," women are not going to respect that. Women are
Mm.
going to respect you more when they know, "Oh, this guy's busy, but he fit me in his schedule."
Mm. Okay.
Excuse me. They're going to know that. This is a fact. Women love men who have options.
I
They
mean,
may not want to they may not understand it themselves. They may not want to admit it, but it's a fact. No woman is dating a Screech from Saved by the Bell or Steve Urkel.
yeah, but nobody, I mean, a woman likes, she finds dominance attractive, but that has to be mixed with like
You
other things like confidence and assertiveness, but
you
not
you
aggressive
have you
and
have
domineering.
you have different women that will love different things. That sapiosexual like Myra got with
Mhm.
Steve, but like I said, I watch Family Matters rigorously. When it came to them, what they call kissing, they say necking. That's neck right now. She's grabbing him. She's being aggressive. She's like, "Why don't you take me more?"
Oh yeah.
So she's actually wanting him to be dominant and she wants him to be alpha. But in that moment, he's kind of just like, "Oh, we should wait. We should do this. We should do that." She's still staying with him because of it, but she's the more assertive person in the relationship.
Yeah.
I'm not saying these guys can't get with women. So let me reiterate. These guys, I'm not saying they can't get with women. There's women out there who will like these guys, but it might be a dominant woman. It might be whatever. Two shy people don't work. Two pussies in the
Mm-mm.
relationship don't work.
Lord.
This is a fact. I've already written this in my first book,
It's true.
The Seduction of Discipline. So opposites attract for a reason.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That shy girl is gonna get with that alpha male because he's confident. He's assertive. You know what I mean? He displays those leadership qualities. So she's gonna look at that man to kind of bring that out of her.
Yes.
When you get in relationship with somebody, y'all are like helping each other grow in
Mhm.
whatever
I
capacity.
mean,
Yo, I lack in this.
that's how
I
it
need
should
help
be.
in this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So I feel like that's about being dominant. Being alpha and dominant is being able to also take rejection well.
Mhm. That's very
So
important,
here's the
guys.
thing. You could be alpha but not dominant. And I'm going to in that specific circumstance, and let me give you an example. You're talking to a female and she's just like, okay, let me break it down. Me, tattooed, dark skin, muscles, dominant. I'm every woman's dream, maybe in the sexual environment, and maybe
Okay.
in the decision making
Oh yeah, that one.
realm.
Mhm.
Yo, we're going out to eat here. I want you to dress this way. This, that. Maybe I'm cool. Every woman's dreaming that, but I might not be everyone's dream because of my skin color. Because damn, why did he have to have tattoos? I wish he didn't have tattoos. I can't bring him to my mom. It can be an Asian chick who's traditional.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And their parents maybe don't like her to date black. You know what I'm saying? Why did he have to have tattoos? Why did so I'm every woman's dream in the sexual environment and with the character and the assertiveness. But for how I look, I may not be.
Mm.
I'm talking to this girl. I find her attractive. The Asian chick, the let's say Chinese, whatever it is, Japan. She's gonna say, "Oh, no, I don't want to talk to you," or whatever, whatever. Me, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. This is a dominant mindset to have. This is abundance mindset to have. Yo, I'm too much man for her. It's all right, cool. Keeping pushing. Oh, don't worry. I got a backup. This is that. That's a abundance mindset. That's a dominant mindset. This is a bitch ass nigga mindset. This is a man who could be alpha, but he's not dominant mindset. Fuck you then, bitch. You don't like me? You know what I'm saying? All right, like, you know what I mean?
You ain't that pretty
You ain't
anyway.
that pretty anyway, degrading her and stuff like that. Oh, why you not gonna get with me for? Like, having an abundance mindset and being dominant is also understanding. Like, I'm understanding. She may not articulate that to me. She may be thinking long term. She may be thinking, yo, my father and mother don't like this. She might not be, she might be afraid to articulate that to me. But me, I'm over here just giving her the benefit of the doubt. I'm being understanding. Yo, she doesn't want to fuck with me. It's not that she don't find me attractive. I'm a handsome devil. I look at myself in the
Devil
mirror every
indeed.
day. I'm handsome. So it's not that. It might be more.
You
So I'm
gotta
being
just
understanding.
be
So I
deeper.
just be like, all right, cool, no problem. Have a nice day or whatever.
You need to teach the other guys how to do that.
That's me. That's because I have an abundance mind. That's me being alpha and dominant. Because I know that I can get any woman I want. That's a dominant mentality. Because I'm also in control. Women have approached me, but I do the approaching. That's a dominant mindset. That's an abundance mindset. It's not, this is a bitch ass nigga mindset. This is a beta male mindset. Fuck you then, bitch. You don't want to fuck with me then, because you taking rejection so bad,
Personal. Now you
so
taking it
personal,
personal, yeah.
that you forgetting, or maybe you don't have other options. So now
Not
let's
with
get
that
let's
attitude,
get to the
mister.
job. Let's get to the job thing. They don't like you. Now, I have an extensive managerial background. My resume is stacked. I've did a lot of jobs. Had a lot of managerial jobs. I have a BA in psychology. All of that. Like, my resume is stacked. But I might be sitting across the table with a white guy who you might be thinking you're overly qualified for this. I don't want to hire you as a manager because I have a white staff and I don't know how they will respect. But he won't articulate that. He would just say something like, "Oh, okay, we'll see. I have other competitors." He
Applicants.
might say, "Yo, this was the best interview I had all day. You just love to talk. People are just giving me one word answers. You're amazing." But I have other people to interview and this, that. They're not as good, and he doesn't call you back. Probably because it's not that he doesn't like you, but he feels his staff might be racist. So
I mean,
I
I guess
think
I
I
can see what
think
you're
I
saying.
think this way, giving him the benefit of the doubt. Giving the benefit of the doubt. And I say to myself, you know what? God might have not have liked that shit for me. God might have said, you know what? I got something bigger for you. Leave that little door. Let that little door close, because I got something bigger for you. This is my abundance and dominant mindset. I get any job I want if I want. This is a dominant and abundance mindset. And alpha doesn't always necessarily have a dominant and abundance mindset. They look at that job and like, yo,
Yes.
that was my job, my dream. Now they lock themselves in a room and they cry and they do this. Oh, I can never get this. I can never get that. But they're not implementing in their mind what they want to manifest into reality. That's part of being dominant.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Also like um also like being alpha is being viewed as high value. And I mentioned what I think high value is in BDSM 103 last season, episode 16. Being dominant is being in control of everything around you. You're in control of your destiny, energy, people, things you want around you. You know what I'm saying? Being alpha is being able to be a leader. Like, you put me in a group full of people, I'm going to lead them. But I can't make decisions. When I get in a relationship with a woman, I'll be fine with it being 50 if she wants to decide where we want to go eat. I'm fine with that. I'm fine wearing the pants and wearing the skirt sometimes.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fine with that. And I'm not saying that as a derogatory thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just looking at it. What do men wear?
Right.
What do women wear?
Mhm.
Just my mentality. Do what you want to do. But these men don't have problem wearing a skirt or the panties or whatever, and then wearing the boxers one day. Or I'm wearing pants and then I'm carrying her purse. They don't mind that. They don't mind
Right.
it being
Right.
50-50. Whatever works for you, works for you. But I'm saying these guys are alpha, but they're not dominant.
Mm.
And being dominant, if you were a dominant person, you would never do that. You're never gonna let your woman wear the pants. You're never gonna carry her purse. If you go out shopping with her, you're the one that's pushing the cart and she's putting things in there. If you guys got heavy bags, you don't, baby, I got it. I'm not gonna be a man. I got all this muscle right here, and I'm gonna let you bring the bags.
Right.
That's not dominant. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like she goes to the thing, she goes to the grocery store, and you sitting back watching TV like a housewife while you let her bring in the heavy bags. Men are born with high levels of testosterone for a reason, higher than women. So that's not being dominant. Being dominant is like, yo, baby, chill. That's too heavy. Oh no, I got it. Shut up. I'm gonna take this.
Well,
Relax.
dang.
That's dominant. You know what I mean? An alpha male might not do that. You know what I mean? An
Say
alpha
that.
male
Got
might
you.
not bring her in. Just like if he's letting his woman do the yard work. You as the man should be doing the yard work, or you should be calling somebody to do it.
Mhm.
You know, you shouldn't be letting women fix stuff around the house and shit like that. Like I always believe men should have two things, and I stated this in like a caption. In a caption
And
in my
earlier in season 1.
yeah, men should have two things: a toolbox and a toy box. And I think that way because I live a BDSM life and I like toys. You know what I mean? But a toolbox because if something is broken, you know how to fix it. Most women, I stated this, they don't know about technology. They don't know how to
You
fix
got me on
these
that one.
things. You know what I mean? They
I'm
don't.
pretty handy fixing. Technology though?
Yeah, but
Whoa.
you're a different woman.
Awful.
Most women don't know about stuff like that. They don't know about mechanics. They don't know about cars. They don't know how to change a
Oh, I
tire.
don't
They don't
either.
know about sports.
I can't change the tire.
You know what I'm saying? So men know things and women know things that men don't know, and men know things that women don't know. And that's why we are together to help balance each other.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So me, I also believe maybe this might be in a further down the line, like gender roles. I believe in gender roles. Like if I get in a relationship and I live with a woman, I believe in
She
gender
has her
roles. You're gonna cook all the time
and you
and
have your
clean,
things.
and I'm gonna do yard work, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do like I believe in that. I don't believe in sharing the chores.
Do you believe in when you're doing your yard work and she's cleaning
Like
or whatever on the same day?
let's say for example, one day she's just like, yo, I can't cook today. Okay, I got it. You know what I'm saying? But that's your job to do. And
What
that's
if she
because
doesn't want to
I'm
cook and
different.
she's good
That's because
to,
I'm different. I live
like
a
she'll buy
BDSM.
pizza?
I
Is
live
that
a
okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I'm saying. I live a
Got you.
BDSM life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? This is just my opinions.
Right.
Me, I believe in gender roles. But maybe that's for a different topic. Okay, so most women find dominance, confidence, and assertiveness sexy. But aggressiveness,
But not aggressiveness and
not
domineering.
aggressiveness, domineering.
Mm-hmm.
Only in the bedroom. Me, I'm an aggressive person.
Domineering in the bedroom?
Yes. 98% of women are relinquishing control in the bedroom. 2% might live a BDSM lifestyle. They're a dominatrix. They don't mind dominating you. Let me wear a strap on, baby. I'm fucking you tonight. You know what I'm saying? They
I
might.
can fuck you, but not in that way.
I'm just saying, to each their own.
Oh no, I'm talking
Everybody
something
likes
totally
different stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not into that. But to each their own.
100%.
But that's what I'm saying.
Makes the world go round.
2% of women are fine with that. The 98% just want to lay on their back and let you do what you're gonna do. Like, even if she's running the relationship, she knows that once we get in this sexual environment, I want you to take over because I shouldn't be skilled at this. You're a man. You should have had multiple partners than I did. So you should be skilled at this. You should know what you're doing in this. She may not articulate that to him, but this is how a woman's psyche works.
Oh yeah, this
is how a woman's psyche works. Her soul, her body, her mind. This is how her psyche works. She believes that you should be able to.
Well, most women definitely do.
Yeah, because yeah, you're right. You good for correcting me. 98%. So most. Some 2%.
Yes.
Are fine with it's my turn to dominate you now. Let me tie you up now. Let me wear the strap on.
Let me teach you how to
Yeah, the 2% are fine with that. But the 98% are just like, I don't wanna do this shit. Like, you don't know what you're doing? Man, let me get with another dude.
Yeah.
Let me get with this player, man. I don't like him, but he probably knows how to do me better in bed. Let me get with the player. You know what I'm saying? So that's sometimes why those bad boys, you know what I mean, they're more desirable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they
So
hoes. No, I'm just kidding. They know what they're doing.
So, okay, just because he's, like I stated this earlier, just because he's alpha physically, he could still be a simp, a wimp, a beta male mentally and emotionally. So, for example, like I stated prior, he meets a gorgeous woman. She's drop dead gorgeous, and the conversation goes like this because you know I'm an author, so I'm gonna pick this
Mm-hmm.
scenario. Okay, so her, okay,
Can I read this
colon,
part?
yeah,
Hi there. Nice to meet you. Who are you? What's your name?
him, whatever you want me to be, baby.
Oh, shoot.
That's beta.
He could be just being like slick.
That's like Zach Morris shit.
That could be slick. A girl could be like this. I bet you he says that to all the girls.
You're playing devil's advocate right now.
I know. I love
No,
it.
that's beta because it's like this is
No,
this is just a tip of the iceberg.
Mm.
It's just a tip of the iceberg of her saying how the whole relationship's gonna be. I'll do whatever you want, baby. I'll be whatever you want, baby. What you want me to be
Well,
today?
see that we had this
Oh, here's
conversation
another
for the
one.
other
Here's
one.
another one.
For another.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh yeah, he was super beta.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. When it came to women and
Not
stuff like
dominant. Yeah.
that, he was not dominant. He was
No.
alpha. Cause he could be the class clown, he could be the
A
hustler, he could
class clown is not. That's good that you brought
make
that
people
up.
laugh.
That's alpha.
Yeah, it could be alpha. Cause you're still being charismatic. You're controlling
You are
the
charismatic.
crowd
Yeah.
like a DJ. A DJ
But
is an
I
alpha
can see that. Okay, so
in his domain.
alpha, but not dominant.
Yes.
Got you.
The
Okay.
the venue, the club, that's his habitat.
Yes.
That's his natural habitat. Like that's his domain. He's controlling the crowd. But he's not a dominant person. He's an alpha specifically for that.
Right.
He's not an alpha in all capacities.
Can I go back to your scenario though
Yeah.
about the girl and the guy?
Yeah.
So we had this kind of discussion in, I think, in season 1. I don't know which one it was, where this is them first meeting, and you're saying that if he's saying whatever it is you want me to be,
Mm-hmm.
that's how precursors to how the relationship is going to be.
Yeah.
Or
Make him laugh.
is it no? Is this how it starts out, and then 3 months, 4 months into it, he's a whole different guy?
No.
No.
Because then that's not a dominant person.
No, but they start out like that.
Dominant men, right? Not
Mm.
just dominant men, but dominance. They don't have to live a BDSM lifestyle, but a
Right.
dominant, a person who is in control and decisive of everything in his
Oh
or
yeah,
her
no, I don't
life.
think he's dominant
In
this.
his or her life. They are serious and mature individuals.
Mm.
So, like, I might say something that I'm think is serious, but you laugh at it because you think it's funny, but I don't think I'm being funny. It's like that could be something like joke.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it could be either way.
Joke.
It could be either way, but you gotta watch that because let's say he is serious. Like that might be, hey, whatever you want me to be, baby. And then she's like, she just laughs. So that breaks the ice. Oh, this guy's funny. He made me comfortable now. And I mean, let me gravitate towards him more. So now she feels comfortable because you made her laugh. You touched her emotion. Remember, I said women are like emotional masochists. Any way you could touch her emotionally, she'll gravitate towards you. So it's like she's like, okay, oh, he's funny. Okay, he made me comfortable now. Let me gravitate towards him. But if he's like that through the entire relationship, it's you know what I'm saying? And
We
she's a
spoke about that
dominant
too.
person. She might even be a dominant person. It's not gonna work. She's gonna gravitate towards a guy like me. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, she's gonna have to relinquish because she sees that. Let me tell you something about dominant women and interacting with me or encountering me, right? That's why I love this. That's me rubbing my hands.
They're the hands again.
I am that immovable object. Immovable object. She is that dominant force. So let me give you an example. Let me elaborate. Wind. Wind is that dominant force. And that big ass rock is that immovable object. I'm that big ass rock. And women who are dominant are wind. I'm going to show you that I have a dick and you have a pussy. I'm gonna show you that I'm a man and you a woman.
Jesus.
I'm gonna show you you have a period once a month. Stop it. Stop it. This is the difference. This is the difference. I'm not budging. I'm not adjusting to you. You're adjusting to me. So I don't care how many weak men you had in your past. You're gonna transition if you want to be with me. That's a fact.
Mm. But not
That's a
like not
fact.
every not guys are not like you. I can tell you that much.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like, it's like, and I'm gonna get into the alpha submissive. We might
Mm.
go on for 2 hours here. Okay, so here's the thing, right? They don't teach you about confidence in school, and that's part of being alpha. That's part of being dominant. It's like they perhaps in like PE, like physical education or gym class, or
Mm-hmm.
when you participate in sports, like I did, you're on a team. They're teaching you discipline, hard work, leadership, teaching you how to be selfless. Like when you're on a team, you can't be a ball hog. There ain't
Right.
no GOAT in a team. You could be a GOAT if you're a boxer, one-on-one sports, but if you're on a team, there's no GOAT. There ain't no, and a GOAT is an acronym for greatest of all time. There ain't no GOATs in team. You have other people helping you.
Mm.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
And I know you don't like him, but Floyd Mayweather said he was like, "Yo, you could talk all that all you want, but the fans ain't gonna help you. Your team over there ain't gonna help you. When you get in that ring with me, it's you and me, and
Yeah.
we gonna see how you do." That's what he said.
Mm.
Floyd Mayweather said that
Yeah.
shit one time. It's like when you're on a team, you can't be a GOAT because you have other people helping you. You could have been the quarterback. You could have been the point guard. Point guard is basketball, just in case you don't know sports or people out there who are unfamiliar with sports. You could be the quarterback, football. You could have the
Gotcha.
suckiest game that game, but your running back had your back. Your defense, because there's
Mm-hmm.
offense and defense, your defense had your back, but you just sucked.
Mm.
But they consider you the GOAT.
I hear
You know
you.
what I'm saying?
That
So I
makes
don't ever believe like you could be a GOAT and I know I'm jumping off topic in a thing, but I just had to state that because there's
okay.
people out there who are confused. And I'm a technical fighter. You always mention
Yeah.
it. I'm a
Yeah. I know.
technical guy. I'm always like specific and
Oh,
technical.
the
You
most
can't,
specific.
just to jump back on topic, you can't be alpha if you required validation from men, women, people, friends, and family.
Mm-hmm. I
God
agree.
chooses you to be a beacon of opportunity for someone else. He speaks through you so you can send a message to somebody else because he looks at you as, yo, this person is strong. This person don't care about what people think. If this person gets rocks thrown at him, he or she has tough skin. I'm gonna use him because I could use him or her to tell people the truth because they feel. If you have a fear of, oh, let me do this, let me follow this person, let me do this. Oh, this person said I suck. This person don't like the way I'm talking. I don't want to do this shit again. God's
Mm.
not gonna use you
Yeah.
because he's looking at you like you weak. The devil's gonna use you. The devil's
Right.
gonna make you feel jealous. The devil's gonna make you envious. The devil's gonna make you a follower. The devil's gonna make you weak because he's feeding off your fear, your doubts, and your insecurity. The devil's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
God's gonna choose you, be like, yo, this person's strong. You mean I'm gonna use him or her to talk to millions of people worldwide
Or them.
because they're strong, or them. You know
Or
what I'm saying?
specifically the Discipline
So
Therapy
if you're
podcast.
if you're alpha and you're worried about this stuff, validation, it's about you can't really be alpha. Now I'm gonna jump into the alpha submissive. So the alpha submissive
These
is a
are just
warrior.
female or men? Both.
Could be both.
Okay.
But mostly women.
Okay.
Alpha submissive is a warrior among men, a queen, a leader among her peers or women. She stands before all and kneels only to one, her king, her dominant, her daddy, whatever she wants to call him. She is his submissive. However, she is alpha or dominant with everyone else.
Mm.
So that means, for people who don't understand, I'll elaborate. She could be a teacher. She could be a police officer, like a
Mm-hmm.
detective or
Mm-hmm.
a sergeant. She could run other people. She could be leading and doing all these things. The moment she is in front of her king, or he could, let's say he comes to the class, she's submissive
Mm.
automatically. That's me snapping for the people who are listening on their headphones. Automatically,
Mm.
she's submissive. When she goes home, she's submissive. That's an alpha submissive.
Okay. So now I know that um in your lifestyle, um you have a lot of different types of submissive. Are they mostly? Do you find yourself coming into contact with a lot of alpha submissive women, or are they
Yeah, because the
more than
feminine
anything?
movement is bigger than ever. The feminine movement is bigger than ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
you find a lot of women who are being more aggressive now. They're being more demanding. They're being more 50-50 type shit. You know what I'm saying? When they get in relationships, um, it's like what happens is those people, those women are not intimidating to me because I'm comfortable as a man. I know what
Hmm.
I bring to the table. I know my value. These
But
alpha,
they're alpha submissives,
these
right? Oh, you're talking about the feminists.
just a feminist. The alpha submissive is submissive to only one.
Mm-hmm.
She could be alpha alpha. She could rip other guys' heads off. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She could be alpha dominant to other people, girls, guys. The alpha female intimidates weak men, and she's envious by regular women.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They get a lot of backlash for being this way. But the moment she's with her man or whatever, she submits. She doesn't submit to all kings or all men who think they're kings. She just submits to that man who she feels, yo, his character, his vibe, everything about me is making my submission thrive and remaining consistent. And that's the reason why I submitted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Dominants and alphas, they don't run their mouths. They don't run in packs. They're not, and this is especially for men, because most men are being like women nowadays. So let me talk about it.
Okay.
Gossip, like lonely housewives or schoolgirls. Alphas don't do that. Dominant men don't do that. Twitter fingers.
Mm.
Twitter
There's
fingers.
a
Do you know what that
lot. There's
means?
a lot of
Do you know what that
Twitter
means?
gangsters. Yeah, they talk shit on
Yeah,
text.
internet gangsters.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking bitch, I'm gonna punch you when I see you. Send.
I know. I never got that.
You know what I'm saying? Like these guys don't troll and they don't be, oh, I got a problem with you. Let me post something about you. These guys are weak to me. They're beta
Mm.
males. They're not alpha. They're not dominant. Cause my thing is the way my dad taught me how to do stuff. It's like my dad put gloves on me at 14 years old. So if I have a problem with a dude, you got a problem with me, and it wants to, you want to display some type of animosity, come to my gym. I got some gloves. We could duke it out. And after we duke it out, we gonna get some pizza and get some beer, and we gonna be friends after. After I whoop your ass. And that's
Mm.
how we gonna settle it. You know, we don't do this. Girls gossip. It's fine for women to do that. But men, real men
Not
shouldn't do
fine for
that
anybody to
stuff.
do it,
Real
actually.
men shouldn't do that. That's the thing my late grandmother always told me. The moment you feel like you arguing with a woman, you lower yourself to her level. You're not a woman, so why you gonna argue with a woman? Why you gonna be all this gossip and all this other stuff? You set the law, you set the law. She followed that. She don't want to do it. You kick rocks, you leave, you replace her. My late grandmother telling me this stuff at 13, 14
Your
years old.
grandmama was gangster.
So like these men, like I don't know who's raising them, but they're confused. They also don't go on a platform and start, berating people. Like I said, you have a problem with a man, then you discuss it behind closed doors. You discuss it
Right,
like
one on
that,
one.
one on one.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you got a problem with me? Yo, I got a ring. It's really it's like that. It's big like that. You really looking at me? Okay, I got a ring. Let's do it. Oh, it's not like that? Okay, then shut up then.
So wait, you've always made friends with people that you've already got into a fight with? I was
It
just
only
talking about
happened
this with my
once. This
sister.
only happened once. I was in high school and I had this guy like I was best friends with, and I don't really know how it came about. Maybe I got the chick that he wanted, but he couldn't get. I don't know how it happened.
And he felt
Um,
the type of
and
way.
he felt type. I don't know how it happened, to be honest with you. But we got into a fight in the male gym locker room. People had to separate us. We went on at it for a couple of times, but after that we became friends again,
I was just
and we
talking
never
about
fought
this.
again.
I was just
We
talking about
never
this with my
fought again.
sister. That I think is very alpha and dominant of men. Men that can do that, my hat's off to you. But women, why is it that women? We're talking about it because somebody asked Cardi B, would she ever do a song with Nicki? And my sister was like, I could never work with a girl that I had a fight with. I'm like, why not? Guys do it all the time. Guys could thump and then be like, all right.
Me, it depends. It depends. If we just had a,
I think as women, we need to do
well,
that.
yeah,
Think a little bit more like that.
yeah. But me, it depends. It
Not keep a
depends.
grudge
It
forever.
depends because I value morals
Mhm.
than people.
Yeah,
So if you
obviously it
did
depends.
something that was really like you betrayed me or was immorally wrong, no, I'm not even doing business with you. So it depends. But if you was mad for me because I talked to the chick or I smashed the chick, I probably fuck your girl. You know what I'm saying? Like your
Oh
ex or
my
something, and I
lord.
didn't even know. And you mad at me or something like that, or we went to the club together,
But if
and
you didn't even know, that's
listen,
why
I'm
would
not
they be
done talking.
mad?
We went to the club together, and I talked to a girl. You was trying to get her number, and you mad at me. Like that could be resolved. That could be resolved because that's not a big deal.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like I would never allow a woman to get in between my brother and I.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? A best friend of mine or something like that. Because there's plenty fish in the sea.
mhm.
But if it was something that was like betrayal, something morally wrong, like you ran your mouth about something that I said in confidential, like I said, yo,
Right,
this
confidential.
needs to remain confidential, and you ran your mouth because you was upset, you was excited, or whatever. Like I'm gonna bring it back, jumping off topic. Remember, Godfather Part Two
Yeah,
with Fredo
yeah,
and Michael,
yeah.
and they went to the opera, and
Oh,
Michael was like they put okay, just to run it, they put a hit on Mike. Mike survived, right? Fredo said he didn't know anything about it,
mhm.
whatever. He knew about the guy, Johnny Ole or whatever.
Now it's
He
coming back
got
to me.
drunk and he said,
Mhm,
"Oh, Johnny told me about this place." Michael sitting there like,
mhm,
that's betrayal. Yeah, so
mhm.
Michael had to do what he had to do,
Yeah,
but like that.
mhm.
If it was like something like that, like I'm never doing business with you. Like you're like kind of dead to me. And everything, fuck
Yeah,
everything
his
about
was a
you.
little bit
Fuck
extreme.
everything about you. You know what I mean? And the people you're associated with. That's how I feel. But if it was something petty, like we could resolve this.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Well,
not
that's the thing, even petty, girl a
yeah.
lot of women don't.
Like alphas don't run in packs. They aren't easily influenced. A woman could be asking her friend, "Oh, what do you think about this guy? Is he cute? Would you date him?" That's not alpha.
Mhm,
That's not a woman that's alpha. Excuse me.
mm,
If it's not about your friend, it's about you, right? Why are you involving her?
mm.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with her. Why are you involving her? You know what I'm saying? You set yourself up for like possibly your friend stealing your man if you do that.
I
You
see
mean
it, okay.
women should like men more that don't like, oh, girlfriend, what do you think about him? Because not everybody works for somebody. I might be somebody's dream, but her friend is like, why do you deal with him? He's
Mm,
telling you what to do, and you're doing it. How do you do that?
mm,
That's great.
mm.
I love that. I don't want your friends to like me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to have any type of sexual dreams or anything about me. Yeah, I'm the type of dude that I'm loyal to a fault. Like I'm even if we broke up, I'm not gonna date your best friend or anything like that.
Has that ever happened? Like, you were with a girl and their friend tried to push up on you?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? Or even a best friend, a dude. Like I'm not dating the dude that you tried to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I've been opportunity and I'm hitting him up like, yo, the shorty that you smashed was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Cause my friendship is more valuable than that chick who's a jump off. She
mm.
not gonna be around. I seen you run through chicks. She not gonna be around. She just another notch on your belt. But this is a bond. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loyal to a fault.
Do they ever
That's
get angry at you? Your boys that you
Yeah,
warn them
because
about?
that's why I try to tone myself down and let them get more attention. Because I'll walk into a room and I'll get attention. And that's why,
Mm.
like, I just try to stay in the cut and just try not to get attention
No, no,
because
I mean, like, if the girl was pressing up on you and you tell your boy, "Yo, old girl try to, push up on me," do they get angry at you for telling them?
mm-mm.
Oh, that's good. See? Guys, women, we have to
Listen,
do that unity too.
dominant women will state, I love a man to take charge, make decisions, and be assertive. But the moment he's telling you what to do or he expects you to be cooperative, she's like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
I mean, doesn't it depend on how he's telling you to do it though?
Mm-mm.
See, that's I think a lot of women wouldn't mind being told what to do if it's said in a like
Voice tonality,
a
word
respectable
choice.
word. Like, don't say, "Bitch, get the fuck over here, make me dinner." What?
You could be like, um, "Can you make me some dinner?"
Of
Or you
course.
could say, "Are you gonna cook today?" Or you could say, "I want you to cook today and bring me my plate." Like that. They even if you asking them or being polite, some of them will still be like, "No, why don't you do it for me first?" You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? These are dominant women. Let me see. Okay, so here's the thing. Let me see how dominant this woman is. She's a dominant lioness until I tie her up and I'm eating her out and she's vulnerable and she's moaning and whining like a little soft kitten. She's submissive now to my confident, measured authority and technique. Another one is this. These are the same dominant women that don't want men telling them what to do, right? Or when they're acting up, they tell them, "Oh, shut the fuck up and obey," or be quiet, right? Because they say they want a man to take charge and stuff like that. When they're acting like a brat, so they're putting them in place. They'll say, um, they won't do it, but it will turn them on. These are dominant women that I'm mentioning right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like they won't do it, but it will turn them on. That's the irony. It's like their panties will get wet, but they'll be like, "Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?" You know what I'm saying? But
Like those memes of like
yeah,
Rihanna. They're like,
yeah.
what? Like that kind of
These
turn me on
women
when
are
he talks like
difficult.
that.
These women are difficult. Not difficult to love, but they're difficult to find specific men because they they go through power struggles. They have a lot of pride, stubbornness. They're attracted, but they're attracted to these dominant alpha males. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I mean, this might have to be a part two, but for now we'll just, you know, wrap it up and do our
Aw,
final
you look
thoughts.
so sad right now. Your final, because my
All
final
of 'em
thoughts are like two
long?
seconds. No, yours are. I read yours. I was like, oh,
Go ahead. I always let ladies go first.
oh, thank you. Oh, so it's final thought time.
Yeah, because I want to, like, when I was talking about the Family Matters thing, like, Steve is an alpha, but he's not an alpha in all capacities. He's an alpha psychologically. He's not an alpha physically. You know what I'm saying? But he's also not dominant. So
He's really not
I hope
dominant.
that I differentiated
I know you did
with
for me.
everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? Because you could still go ahead. I'll read my final thoughts because I have
Oh,
a lot to say with that.
okay. Well, mine isn't that much. Being alpha and or dominant combined with confidence and assertiveness can be and is in most cases very attractive. But a dominant male or female who is demanding or violent or self-centered is not. Nobody wants to be with that type of um, dominant person.
Mm.
You know, if somebody has to push their beliefs on you is not. And everybody should have the right to think how they want and all that. So, being or having these attributes of dominance
Those men are
or
sorry to cut you off.
alpha,
Those men are not dominants. They're just narcissists or egomaniacs. But some people like there's big misconceptions and myths.
these are my final
Okay,
thoughts.
go ahead.
Dang it! Now I forgot what to say. So while being or having these attributes of dominance or alpha is great, research suggests that a combination of kindness and assertiveness might be the most attractive pairing, and not just dominance alone. Oh, why are you smiling? You laughing at me?
No, I like your final
Do
thoughts.
you?
Mhm.
Okay, so women they don't like aggressive dominance because they pick up on the signals of that aggression and they think to themselves, if he's like this now, he's going to turn on it on me one day.
Okay,
Unless it's in the bedroom and then it's
that's what I was about to
pretty
say.
fine. Then bring it on, brother. Bring it on.
It's like I saw memes.
Come on.
Are you done? Or
I am. I'm
it's
done.
like I saw that those are beautiful.
I could tell by the
Those are
way you.
beautiful. It's like I saw a meme like,
Beautiful.
oh, I said for it to be rough in a bedroom, not the whole relationship.
Yes.
Women have to understand beggars can't be choosers. You can't, there's no middle ground. You're gonna get with a dominant man who's also an alpha, who has these physical attributes and stuff like that. It's like if he's a wimp and a simp, that is just false advertisement. Because these men, they have high levels of testosterone. So they are most likely gonna be used to saying, listen, I don't want you twerking on social media. Take
I
that
don't think
down now. Now.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think a lot of the
L-
misconception
I'm gonna
is
give us I'm gonna give a story about me being dominant. I had a woman who, um, like I was, we were on the dating stage. I was courting her, and she was, and then I'm gonna read my final thoughts. And she was like, we had made plans a week prior. The day prior of our date, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to cancel." I'm like, "Why?" She says, "Oh, my friend, she wants to do something or whatever." Now, I'm gonna differentiate. A beta male, an alpha male, but who's not dominant, will be like, "Oh, no problem," because he's still trying to get that pussy. So
Okay.
he's gonna put on a mask because he's still trying to get that pussy. So he'll be like, "Oh, no problem. We'll set it for another day." Me, I look at that as disrespectful. So me, I'm gonna put you in your place. And this is a fact. This is what happened. This is a true story. This is what happened. I said to her, "No, no, we already set our plans before you even talk to your girl. I don't care if that's your best friend. You're gonna have to tell her to cancel." She was like, "Oh, but that's my friend." I said, "You have two options here. Remember, this is not my girl. I'm just dating her." Most women might
Oh
think that's
Lord.
aggressive and stuff like
I
that.
thought this was your girl already.
No, because my girl would never do that. Because
Mm.
I don't do girlfriends, I do submissives and queens.
Mm-hmm.
So my queen, my submissive would never do that. This was a girl that I was a potential. So now I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. I have respect for myself. A beta male
Yeah,
is
for
a
your
nice
time.
guy. He not gonna do that. I said, yo, I'm a busy person. I made space. We already did this. Your friend gotta take the backseat. Oh, but that's my friend. I said, you have two options. One, you can go with your best friend and cancel us. Or two, you could keep our original plan and tell your friend that you got to take a rain check. Because if you take the first option, block me, because I'm gonna block you and we're not ever gonna talk again.
So what happened?
She kept our plans.
Oh, good. You are a very good storyteller.
You know what I'm saying? This is not a story. This is a
No, but the
fact.
way you say it, I'm trying to say it.
A
Like the way you
beta
deliver it.
male will be a nice guy because they're synonymous to nice guys. They're gonna be like, "Oh, no problem. We'll just take a rain check." A dominant man demands respect. He commands respect when he walks into a room. He demands respect in his relationship. So that was disrespectful. And he's gonna look at you like, "Yo, we had already made plans." I can understand if she was first than I was, but I was first than she was. I don't care if that's your friend for 20 years. You're gonna have to tell her you dumping her for some dick. You're gonna have to tell her you taking a rain check for a man. That's what you're gonna have to tell her. And she did. So now I'm gonna get into my final
All right, wait,
thoughts.
I'm gonna get comfy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, heed my words. Allow it to echo in your mind and touch your soul. Here is some education for you all. Be yourself. Because someone out there is praying for someone like you while another is rejecting or not appreciating who you are. True dominant men love for their women or women to be cooperative. Some of you women believe you'll get with these high valued men without having to sacrifice shit. Well, I'm here to tell you the truth because this is the Discipline Therapy podcast. Emphasize on the words discipline and therapy. You're wrong. To obtain greatness, you must be willing to work for it and sacrifice and give up things, attitudes, toxic behaviors, ego, stubbornness, power struggle, constantly being combative, challenging, having a smart mouth, slick talking to your man, etc. This perpetual mindset of obedience being a weak thing or degrading must stop. It's leaving you women single, unhappy because most of you, not all, most of you are stuck in your ways. Now, what's degrading to one woman is empowering to another. The woman who believes she is strong, to me, the irony is she's weak because most likely she's afraid of love. She's a masculine man. She has trust issues. She has walls up. She fears. She second guesses. She doubts and she's self conscious. I'm not saying this is her fault. I'm just saying weak men have inspired these things with women, these traits, these characteristics with women. Perhaps you all should try something new because the old way wasn't working
Mm.
and now you're losing out. Some of the most healthiest relationships, and women are the ones whom have given up those bad habitual behaviors and allowed their men to actually lead. Men are the prize. Women don't understand that, but it's a fact. Men are the prize. Therefore, why aren't men being treated more like kings from their women? Or is it that men are just leaving their balls in their girl's purse? Which one is it? The man is the provider, provider of great sex, provider of children, life partnership, protection, security, confidence, love, education, teachings. You can sex yourself, that's a fact, but it's not the same. You can swing the other way with the same sex, but but that person won't be able to provide you children unless you adopt. Most men ask women for marriage, not the other way around. Lastly, no woman is protecting a grown man. Dominance is the most prestigious gift on earth. Submission is the most cherished. We have all been molded by a woman and came out of a woman. However, the man's seed is what begins the process of the circle of life. Society has made it cool for men to be less masculine. Well, I'm here to put an end to that. This is why men are not certain when they want to commit or get married or get in serious relationship with women. Some may feel as if they may not be allowed to do the same things they were when they were single. Oh, you can't do that anymore. You know, you're not single. Women are demanding now when they get in relationships. It's as if they feel they need permission to do things from their significant other or just in life. The big exchange of power. Now you're married and she has you by the nuts and you're with this narcissistic, controlling, jealous woman who is not in her divine feminine. She could have had this mask on for years as she was portraying she was a good girl who you fell for. Reality is she was this bruja this entire time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a hypothetical scenario. Now, this man lives and follows this beta male mantra, happy wife, happy life. Now he's suppressing his own happiness for hers because he believes that's the right thing to do. Now he's pussy whipped, but he's not getting any pussy, which is the irony. Because now he and she have kids and they don't have ample amount of time for one another. She's now holding the pussy hostage from him. And he's depressed, miserable, and wish he had never met this woman. So now now he wants to connect with other people and he can't be honest about it. In conclusion, be honest with one another. Be honest with who you are. Love your attributes, your flaws, your weaknesses, your strengths. Try to strengthen your weaknesses. Someone out there is ready to grow with you. We are all ugly to somebody. And our habits, whether they're good or bad, is attractive to someone else. Self-love, self-care, self-discipline, self-motivation. These things will assist you in knowing what you desire and whom you desire in your life. And then you can be happy in the relationship you chose to be in and not in the relationship that you settle for and ultimately become unhappy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that I feel has to be said because nobody talks about this stuff. You know what I mean? And they feel like if they talk about this stuff, they're being too domineering. They're not being desired as a man. They have to they have to suppress that masculinity to really show what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I always believe like the dom sub dynamic in the BDSM life is the most potent and the greatest, and I'm being biased because I live it, is the most potent and greatest relationship ever because you guys are allowing each other access into a psychological, physical, emotional space that transcends parameters of what a basic relationship has to offer. So there's more everything, there's more honesty, there's no judgment. They accept you for who you are. And a lot of times people get into relationships and they're not really accepting, they're going with the flow. You know what I'm saying? They're going with the flow. And that's the biggest issue. And they really not, you could be involved with somebody for 10 years. You really didn't know about them. You know what I'm saying? You really don't know about them. They actually living another life
Mm.
that you never knew. You know what I'm saying? And these guys feel that, and I say these guys because there's some that they feel that they have to be less masculine because it's gonna scare the woman away, or she's gonna think I'm being abusive. She's gonna cry to the cops. She's gonna call the cops on me. I don't know how these men think. I'm trying to understand them.
Mm.
I just think on an alpha and dominant mindset. I don't think of a beta male mindset. So I'm just trying to understand these beta males. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to understand why they don't be more alpha. Like this guy could literally be 7 foot tall, 280, but he submits to his girl who's 5'3".
Mm.
And she's just like, she might be threatening him. If you do this, I'm calling the cops. If you do this, I'm taking your phone away. If you do this, I'm going to your job and raising hell. If you do this, I'm doing that. Like women have power to do certain things. I don't know how they're manipulating these men. Now they got these men by their balls. Why are you still in that relationship? She
Mm.
doesn't respect you. Leave.
I mean, that goes for both ways.
Leave.
If you're not being happy in your relationship, you gotta go.
Men have to understand that they can have options. Men have to understand that they can leave. Men have more options than women. I don't say that to sound cruel. It's a fact. Women are not approaching men. They might see you attractive in the club. She give you a smile across as a hint to come and talk to me. I don't want to put myself out there because if I get rejected by you, I'm going to cry. But an alpha male, if he walks up to a girl, hey, you want to dance right now? Oh, you beautiful. Like, I just want to talk to you. Ew, get away from me. All right, no problem. On to the next. He don't budge. You didn't affect me. I just wiped that off me. Oh, that's that little. I just wiped that off. Let me brush my,
I don't
like
think
Jay
girls
Z
are
said.
crying
Jay
though.
Z said, dust my shoulders off. Jay Z, let me dust my shoulders off. That was nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was probably too much man for her anyways. These are the minds that they have. These men have to stop, like, stop wearing a mask. Stop not being your authentic self because you're trying to get pussy.
How come it's okay for a guy to say, I was probably too much of a man for her, and not a girl to say it?
There's some women out there who are like
No,
that.
I know that there are women who are like that, but
There
why
are
is it
2%.
not? Why is it bad for
It's
women to
okay
say
for
that?
women to
Oh,
think that
okay.
way. There's our 2% women in this world who are dominant. They might be dominatrix, whatever it is. 2% of them who will walk up to that guy. She won't wait. She'll text him first. She won't wait. She'll walk up to him in the club. Yo, you want to dance? And she don't care if you reject her. 2%. 98%, which is most women, are not putting themselves out there because women fear rejection. Remember episode 10, first season?
Yeah.
Confidence, consistency, discipline.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Women are afraid of rejection. That's why they will never put themselves out there. That's also why they won't tell you what they like sexually or whatever it is because you're going to judge them. You're going to
No,
resent them.
they're
You're
gonna
going
be
to
embarrassed.
yeah.
Yeah.
But an alpha male, a dominant man doesn't care if you think I'm ugly. Yes, my nose is big. I don't care. I have tattoos. I don't care.
Tattoos
You
isn't
might
ugly.
not like it. 50 girls do. This is how these men think. My muscles might be too big for you. I don't care. You don't like it. 50 girls do. I might be too dominant for you. You don't like you don't like that I like to have queens and subs versus girlfriends. You don't like that I like your nails a certain way and your hair. Then walk away from me. Don't stay because I'm giving you good dick. Don't stay because I'm doing that because I'm not gonna change. You're the one that's gonna change. So eventually, you don't like this shit. You're gonna have to grow accustomed, or get another man. Get a vanilla guy. Get a weak guy. Get a beta male. Get an alpha submissive. Some women. I told this one woman when I broke up with her because she would cry about certain shit. You got this. You got that. You got subs. You got that. She would cry, but she wouldn't leave. But I'm never leaving you. I had to break up with her. And I said, listen, I want to see you happy and you're not happy with me. I hate seeing you cry. I'm not going to change. We are a mirror. You're dominant and possessive and territorial. I'm dominant and possessive and territorial. I'm not changing for you. So the fact that you're not changing, you need a alpha submissive. That's going to make you happy. And she's like, no, I want a dominant man. No. You need a alpha submissive man, a man who is going to be dominant maybe in the bedroom, but outside of the bedroom, he says to you, baby, where do you want to go eat? If you asking him what color nails should you get, whatever you want. I don't care, whatever you want. You need that type of man. You know, till this day, and I'm not going to mention her name, till this day she wants me. All I gotta do is just be like, yo, I want you back. That's how I got her. Because she's dated,
Wow.
that she's told me, she's dating, and she just can't find it. Because the reality is, and I wrote this in my first book, The Seduction of Discipline, I'm gonna make it pop up on the screen. You are never the same when you experience a dominant man. They ruin any possibility of anything and everything else. There's more intense with us. So that means the sex is intense. The education is intense. Our energy is intense. The things that we do is intense. We might do adventures, fucking in the bathroom, fucking in the restaurant, fucking in the
Adventures.
car, doing this. We might do shit that's fun. When you get with a regular guy, he won't do that shit. You scared? I don't want to choke you. I might kill you. I might. You don't want? Are you sure you're not gonna call the cops? I just don't want to do this. Just can we just do regular shit?
Have guys told you that? Like
Women
said, oh,
have.
but no man has ever
Women
told
have.
you?
Yo, I miss you. This guy doesn't do what you do.
No,
This
no,
guy
no.
isn't like you. That's why I'm saying women that left me till have taken me for granted. You think the grass is greener on the other side. Trust me. Go. Sometimes I let people go. Go. Check
Can
to
they
see.
come
And
back?
then they come back because they see that the grass is not greener on the other side. They say, yo, your discipline is too intense. It's too much. Okay? So hold on, because I'm gonna end this. Your discipline is too much. We'll just do a part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Your discipline is too much. I cannot handle it. Fine, go. Because when I was younger, I used to be like pushing girls up against the wall. You ain't going nowhere. You a slick talker, put this big dick in your mouth. Shut the fuck up. Now I don't have energy for that. I'm a master. I'm not a sadist and a dominant anymore. Sadist is only in a sexual environment. I'm a master in this life. There's levels. I'm a master now. You want to act this way constantly? Leave. Once she feel like the grass is not greener on the other side, she's gonna come back because she's gonna say to me, you know, when I asked this guy about what he thought about my hair, he said he didn't even notice it. But I miss you because you always tell me my hair looks good. And you always tell me how you like it done. And you always tell me how to do my nails and my color. When I was indecisive one day, I asked this guy what my color was, and he said, I don't give a fuck. Man, I miss you. They miss you when they see that they can't replace you.
Mm.
That's why I don't hold people hostage, man. I let them see the world. You dealing with Superman. You may think I'm Clark Kent, but I'm really Superman. You're gonna find Clark Kents out there who are not really Superman, and then you're gonna come back. Because they always come back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have anything else you want to say?
Nope.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you were tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast. I love this part. Peace.